Now let us come to question number 5 of miscellaneous exercise on chapter 1 sets. The question is, show that if the set capital A is the subset of the set capital B, then C minus of B, that is another set C minus of set B, is the subset of set C minus of set A. So this sum is also similar to the earlier sums where if we have to prove a certain set is the subset of the another set, we start with an arbitrary element in the first set and prove that that element also belongs to the second set, and hence this first set will be the subset of the second set. So let us start. Given A is the subset of B, let us make it 1. Now let X be an arbitrary element of the set C minus B. Then X belonging to C minus B implies X belongs to C and X does not belongs to B. Now this implies X belongs to C and over here C. A is the subset of B. So over here says A is the subset of B. A is the subset of B. So if an element does not belongs to B, it will not belong to A as well. And X does not belongs to A as A is the subset of B. Now this implies X belongs to C minus of A. Therefore we started with X belongs to C minus B and we reached the result X belongs to C minus A. So this implies C minus of B is the subset of C minus of A, and hence proved. Now let us move to the next question, children. Now let us come to question number 6, which says that if power set of A equals to power set of B, then prove that set A equals to set B. Children, you are knowing the concept of the sets and the power set. If set A equals to set containing, suppose the elements 1, 2, then power set of A equals to set containing 1, set containing the set 1, set containing the set 2, 1, 2 and 5. That is, power set of A is the set containing whose elements are set containing 1, set containing 2, set containing 1, 2 and 5. That is, power set of a set is the collection of all the subsets of the given set. So if we have to assume an arbitrary element of a set, we assume by small letters x, y, z and so on. And if we have to assume an arbitrary element of a power set, we assume by the capital letters x, y, z, because power set is the collection of sets and a set is in which the elements are there, we simply denote by small letters. So let us start giving the proof of the given question. Let capital X be a set such that this capital X is the subset of A. So obviously capital X will belongs to the power set of A. And let small x belonging to capital X and let small x, an arbitrary element we are supposing in the set capital X, which is the subset of A, and capital X is the subset of A, implies the small x belongs to capital A. I think you understand. Small x, arbitrary element of capital X, and capital X is the subset of capital A. Capital X is the subset of capital A and small x belongs to capital X. So the small x will also belongs to capital A. Now this implies capital X belongs to the power set of A. This implies capital X belongs to power set of B, as power set of A equals to power set of B. It is given in the question. This implies over here x, capital X belongs to power set of B This implies capital X is the subset of the set B. This implies small x belongs to the set B. So we started with x belongs to capital A and we got x belongs to capital B. This implies capital A is the subset of capital B. Let's make it equation number 2. Again, we will start with an element in the set. Over here, we have started with A. So we will be supposing in B, and then we will be going to B subset of A, and hence our theorem or our question will be proved. So let us do the reverse part. Let Y be a set such that Y is the subset of B. Let small y, an element small y, belongs to capital Y and capital Y is the subset of B. This implies small y belongs to the set B. This implies small y belongs to the, capital Y. If small y belongs to the set B, then capital Y will belongs to the power set of B. This implies capital Y belongs to power set of A, as we did in the last part, since power set of B equals to power set of A. Now this implies capital Y is the subset of A. This implies the element small y belongs to capital A. So we started with element y belongs to B and we reached element y belongs to A. This implies capital B is the subset of capital A. Make it equation number 3. So at last we will be writing from 2 and 3 we get capital A equals to capital B, and hence it is proved. And children, this is an important question as well. I have written over here important. So let us move to question number 7 now. Now question number 7 is, children, it is saying, is it true that power set of A union power set of B equals to power set of A union B? Now to answer this, children, again I repeat, the concept of set and power set should be clear. Otherwise this particular question, if you practice and you can present this in the examination, but related to this concept, if any other question comes and you are not clear with the concept, you will not be able to answer in the examination. So whatever you do, children, in mathematics, with concept you understand and then solve. Means as such, because the teacher or because it is given somewhere, because your coaching institute, because your guide, because anywhere, if it is solved because of that you are doing, it's wrong. Understand and then do. Otherwise you ask the teacher, the particular person or whoever who is teaching you, who is guiding you, then only you do by your own. So let us start. Is it true that power set of A union power set of B equals to power set of A union B? Obviously this statement is not true. So let us prove it. The given statement is not true. Let us give any example. So we will be taking the simplest example as possible. Let A is equals to, let us suppose, an element containing only 1. I am supposing, you can take 1, 2, whatever. Then power set of A equals to set containing 1 and 5. B is equals to set containing 2. Then power set of B will be equals to set containing 2 and 5. Also over here A union B, let us do. A union B is equals to set containing 1, 2. Then power set of A union B equals to set containing 1, set containing 2, set containing 1, 2 and 5. Now clearly children, you can see over here that now power set of A union B also let us do also, and power set of A union power set of B. Power set of A union power set of B will be equals to set containing 1, set containing 2 and 5. So it's clear children over here that power set of A union power set of B, which is equals to set containing the elements 1, set containing element 2, set and 5. That is, it has the elements set containing 1, set containing 2 and 5. But power set of A union B have the elements set containing 1, set containing 2, set containing 1, 2 and 5. The number of elements over here is 3 and the number of elements over here is 4. So obviously power set of A union power set of B is not equals to power set of A union B. Therefore, power set of A union power set of B is not equals to power set of A union B, and hence proved. Now children, let us move to question number 8. Question number 8 says that show that for any sets A and B, the set capital A equals to A intersection B union A minus B and A union B minus A equals to A union B. We will be proving it as similar proof we did for the rest of the sums. That is, whenever we have to prove some equality, we will be supposing an arbitrary element in the LHS. We will be supposing that that arbitrary element also belongs to RHS, and hence conversely. Now over here children, if I say over here that this is the set A and this one is the set B, so you are knowing that this portion from here to here except this all, this portion we write as A minus B, this portion we write as A intersection B, and this portion we write as B minus A. So we have to prove that A equals to A intersection B union A minus B. It is quite obvious. Also, we have to prove that A union, this A union of B minus A, this portion is equals to A union B. This also is quite obvious. Now this sum you can prove by giving an example, but over here I am giving the general proof. So either of the two, whichever you wish, you can prove. So let us start the proof. Let X, I am starting over here with RHS, let X belongs to A intersection B union of A minus of B. Now if an element belongs to the union, it belongs to this set or this set. This implies X belongs to A intersection B or X belongs to A minus of B. This implies X belongs to A and X belongs to B, or X belongs to A and X does not belongs to B. So here we have got X belongs to B and here X does not belongs to B. So finally we will be writing this implies X belongs to A. So we started with this set and we got A. So this implies A intersection B union A minus of B is the subset of A. Now conversely, let us suppose an arbitrary element in A. So make that equation number 1. Let Y belongs to capital A. Then if Y is belong to capital A, then over here two cases arise. Y will either belongs to capital B or Y will not belongs to capital B. So we can write implies Y belongs to capital B or Y does not belongs to capital B. If two cases we have, Y belongs to capital A and Y belongs to capital B, and Y belongs to capital A and Y does not belongs to capital B. So let us discuss both the cases. Now case 1, Y belongs to capital A and Y belongs to capital B. implies y belongs to A intersection B, or over here this or. Now or case 2, y belongs to capital A and y does not belongs to capital B. This implies y belongs to A minus B. So we have got y belongs to A intersection B or y belongs to A minus B. Combining these two, we get, this implies, or we can write 1 and 2 implies over here y belongs to A intersection B union of A minus of B. So let us make it number 2. So what we got? This one was the subset of this, and over here y will be the subset of this much. Y belongs to this much. So, sorry, wait. So we started with A, so let us write this implies A is the subset of A intersection B union of A minus of B. This let us make it equation number 2. From 1 and 2 we can write A equals to A intersection B union of A minus of B. So this part is proved. So let us write over here proved. Now alternatively children, in spite of proving all this, for the second part we can also start with let y belongs to capital A. Now capital A, this capital A is the union of A minus B and A intersection B. This implies y belongs to A minus B union of A intersection B. I think you understand. This implies capital A is the subset of A minus of B and A intersection B union of A intersection of B. So make it this equation number 2 and that equation number 1. Combining those we get capital A equals to A intersection B union of A minus B. Now let us move to the second part. Now children, let us move to the second part of question number 8. Let x belongs to A union B minus of A. This implies x belongs to A or x belongs to B minus of A. This implies x belongs to A or x belongs to B. Over here if an element belongs to B minus A, obviously it will belongs to B. So this implies x belongs to A union B. This implies A union B minus of A is the subset of A union B. Children, whenever you have to prove such equations, take care what we have to prove, and your steps should be proceeded to that type of or that format only. Let us make it question number 1. Now conversely, let y belongs to A union B. This implies y belongs to A or y belongs to B. This implies y belongs to A or y belongs to B minus of A. If it belongs to B, it must belongs to B minus A as well. This implies y belongs to A union of B minus of A. Therefore, A union B is the subset of A union B minus of A. Make it equation number 2. So from equation 1 and 2 we get A union of B minus of A equals to A union of B, and hence it is proved. Right over here from 1 and 2. So children, over here this sum you can also prove by giving an example, like set A equals to something, set B equal to something, and hence this two parts you will be proving. Now over here in this step, children, the students have doubt in this step that y belongs to A or y belongs to B. So how can I write y belongs to A or y belongs to B minus A? That is, maybe the element may be over here. So if it belongs to B, so how can it belongs to B minus A? Now this question, in this particular only question, over here it is written that y belongs to A or y belongs to B. Y belongs to A or y belongs to B. So if I write this step as y belongs to A or y belongs to B minus A, it is implying This step is implying this as A. The portion A is the portion A minus B as well as the portions of some portions of B as well, that is A intersection B. So if I say that the element Y belongs to A or to B, it is equivalently the same statement as it belongs to A or this B minus A. I think you understand this step. So this step you children take care and understand it properly. This is valid for this statement. This statement is implying this. We cannot say in general that if it belongs to set B, then it belongs to B minus A as well. For this question, this is implying this. So let us move to the next question now.